Okay, welcome back. So now we're going to talk about sharp keys. How do you tell what key you're in when there's sharps on there? Okay, it's pretty simple. The same concept pretty much works for the sharps as it does for the flats, but we'll explain that here in just a minute. For now, let's go over each key. C, of course, has no sharps or flats. So if you see no sharps, it's a C, key of C. If it's one sharp, it's the key of G. You're going to sharp all the Fs. If you have two sharps, it's the key of D. You're going to sharp the Fs and the Cs. If you have three sharps, and I have these memorized, but I'm just trying to go through this as quickly as possible without looking at them. I promise I know this stuff by now. The A has three sharps. You're sharpening the F, C's, and G's. The E has four sharps. You're sharpening the F, C, G's, and D's. The B has five sharps. You're sharpening the F, C, G, D, and A's. Okay, and I'm going to teach you how you'll recognize these really quickly without having to really think about this here in just a minute. Okay, once again, the B has five sharps, F, C, G, D, and A. F sharp has six sharps, F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, D sharp, A sharp, and E sharp. Okay, C sharp has seven sharps. So if you see seven sharps, you know it's C sharp. You're not going to see that real often, but F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, D sharp, A sharp, E sharp, and B sharp. Now we're going to show you how to memorize those and really understand that easily. Now, did you notice the pattern we just went through in the sharps? It's the circle of fifths. Okay, circle of fourths and circle of fifths. They're one number apart, but they're opposites. Okay, circle of fourths and circle of fifths are opposites. In fact, the circle of fourths is the circle of fifths backwards. Okay, so if you go from C to F, F is your fourth. That's a fourth movement. But if you go backwards from C to F down, you just went down a fifth. Okay, so they're opposite, just like black and white. They're opposite. They're opposite. It's like night and day. All right. So now, here's how you memorize the pattern of the sharps. Okay, it's the exact opposite of the flats. So it's going to be bead, G, C, F backwards. All right. Once again, it's going to be bead, G, C, F, which is what we use for the flats, the pattern, backwards. So it's going to be F, C, G, D, A, E, B. You're sharpening everything backwards. All right. So F, C, G, and then bead spelled backwards, D, A, E, B. Okay. So and once again, once you've gone over this a lot, you'll actually have it totally memorized. You won't have to think B, G, C, F, but it is a good thing to know when you're just starting out, okay? So let's look at this. Okay, so the song has one sharp. That's the key of G. Key of G. But what is the sharp note? It's F, okay? F, C, G, D, A, E, B. F, C, G, bead backwards after that, okay? The song has two sharps. That's the key of D. You're going to sharp all the Fs and the Cs. Song has three sharps, key of A, but what are the sharp notes? F, C, and G, okay? And the song has four sharps, key of E, F, C, G, D. Song has five sharps, that's the key of B, F, C, G, D, A, okay? And we don't see F sharp and C sharp a whole lot unless you play a lot of classical music, but usually those are written in flats, G flat and D flat. But the song has six sharps, that's the key of F sharp. Sharp notes are F, C, G, D, A, E. Song has seven sharps, that's the key of C sharp, okay? And you have F, C, G, D, A, E, B. So it's bead, G, C, F, which we use for flats. It's that backwards. So F, C, G. Whenever you see sharps, think F, C, G. And you'll get it with some practice. It'll take a little bit of time, but you will get it with practice, okay? And hopefully that all makes sense. So that'll teach you how to recognize the what key a song is in when you see it written, depending on the number of flats or sharps. And of course, you can always use your lesson as a reference. You can come back and look at it. Or you can just look at the note that the sharp or flat is on and say, okay, the flat symbol is on the B, so we're flatting all the B's here. The sharp symbols are on F and C, so we're sharpening all the F's and C's. So anyways, hope this makes sense to you. And bear in mind, in a measure, if one of the F's is sharped in the book, then all the F's in that same measure are sharped. Anyways, this is stuff you're all going to have to learn as we go on, as we go through the song. So God bless. We'll see you back here for our next lesson, and hope this is helping you. God bless.